Sukiyaki we saw earlier.
Yes.
It looks not quite done.
Yes.
Food looks most appealing just before they're ready.
Exactly.
That's something. Our minds.
Yes. Our minds are really amazing. What makes a model look good comes from presenting the food at its most appealing moment.
It makes me think that we don't savor food with our taste buds so much as with our eyes.
Exactly. It's famous that Japanese eat with their eyes. We once tried to sell model food in the United States, but frankly, it didn't go over very well. I suspect we failed because Americans are mostly tempted by volume. You know, a 1-pound steak.
Does that mean model food is particular to Japan?
Well, we have specific foods for each of the 4 seasons, and meals consist of lots of little items prepared in different ways. Small details are important.
What I thought was special was the coloring of the roast beef,
Yes.
the prawns, and the baked food. Each item has its own distinct coloring.
Exactly. And with something like broiled eel, the color changes from Osaka to Shikoku to Kyushu and so on.
You do that?
In Kyushu, they want it rather dark with a hint of yellow to suggest a soy sauce glaze, but Osakans prefer their eel reddish. And of course, for Chinese and Western dishes, as well as Japanese, you want to imply the degree of sweetness or spiciness. All these small details we are currently studying. That's our future work.
I must say, as I stroll restaurant districts, it seems to me model food is disappearing.
It's true there aren't as many displays as before. I think we grew complacent because the business was so successful in the past. The whole culture surrounding eating out has changed, and we were slow to adapt. We found ourselves sidelined, but now we're taking forward steps, looking intently at model food from every...
Faced with a changed reality, Iwasaki-san ventured into a new business. The next power pop point is success lies in the bottom right corner.
These people are deep in conversation in front of a restaurant. It's the manager of the restaurant, plus an Iwasaki salesperson, and one of their designers.
We're looking at lightening the display by using acro colors. Yeah.
The designer is responsible for the look and arrangement of the display case. A more attractive display leads to a more popular restaurant. That's right. The business Iwasaki has launched is...
Rather than just selling model food, we're focusing on consulting.
A business that counsels restaurants and cafes. They analyze traffic flows and how a restaurant looks, and then try to find the most effective use for their model food. What is their strength?
Inoue-san.
Yeah?
What impression do you have of this display case?
I don't know. There are set menus and some noodle dishes. It's kind of run-of-the-mill.
Exactly. Now, let me change the layout.
A humdrum display case enjoys a design makeover.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot easier to understand now.
See the change?
Before, I had to stand real close and try to figure out what was offered. Now, everything looks tempting.
Number 1 is the angle. The models should meet your eyes at a 45-degree tilt. The second key is lighting. A slightly reddish tint makes model foods appear tastier. The third key is compositional balance. Put drinks and side dishes at the top and larger dishes at the bottom to achieve a pleasing aesthetic. In addition, there is a surefire way to promote the chef's recommendation. For example, this restaurant placed a particular meal in the bottom right corner. That's the set course they want to sell the most of. Such a location is close to the entrance, and it's natural for eyes to land there. Their expertise in presentation is limitless, and they're able to charge for it. The revenue of a restaurant can jump 20 to 40% by simply changing the display. Iwasaki has also ventured into the design of printed menus and promotional posters.
Whenever I call them, they are here the next day, and they always have something particular in mind. And no question, they are clearly a crucial partner in our business. Yes.
The model food maker is branching out into restaurant consulting. And that business is helping Iwasaki to reinvent itself and flourish.
Well, it's hard to believe that changing the layout and angle of a display makes such a big difference.
But it does.
Boy, he's confident.
What can I say? We've contacted our customers after a job, and they assure us revenue has gone up.
When you compared the display before and after the change, what did you think, Chieko?
Amazing. I just glanced at the display and pow! All kinds of information jumped out at me. The models were angled just the right way to meet my eyes, really.
Yes.
I like the part about the bottom right corner garnering the most attention in sales. It was really interesting.
Yes. Even if you stand dead center in front of a display, your attention is drawn to one side or the other, whether you realize it or not.
And it's true, a hungry person will head straight for the entrance where their eyes alight on the last suggestion, yeah.
Exactly.
Which always looks the best.
How did you gain such an understanding? Just from experience?
Yes, that's part of it. Plus, our staff thoroughly researched this behavior, collecting images from all over Japan of people standing in front of displays. Like Inoue-san said, you want the information to jump out at you. But most displays are half-baked. So we started to ask questions, analyze the data, and set up display cases with different lighting. That's how we acquired our expertise.
Each model has a face, and there's an angle at which people feel it's looking straight at them. Is that it?
Yes, but not only that. If it's a face, the key is whether the eyes are friendly or not.
You want a smiling face.
Yes. And people know if the friendliness is real or fake.
What? A model can fake it?
Absolutely. It can look pretty, still not be appealing.
I see. That brings up the question, what makes for an ideal model from your professional point of view?
An ideal model should have the power to attract would-be patrons and draw them into the restaurant. That is the key. Even better is if it can communicate the mood of the restaurant, that the place is cheerful, friendly, and so on. If a model can do all that, then it's a supermodel.
Well, Iwasaki-san is looking into yet another business. Let's open today's Power Pot.
More model food?
Right.
What's new here?
Right?
We've already seen a lot of that today.
I know, but this model is cutting edge. They've actually taken a patent out on it, right, Iwasaki-san?
Yes, this model should bring home the bacon.
Serious?
Let's take a look at how it is